Brian Mitchell from Alinghi Red Bull Racing. You had trimming on the starboard side of the AC41, the red boat. Were you flight control as well?
Yeah, we did some manual control today.
Yeah, so back in September we saw the twist grip flight control on the starboard side just before you shifted off to Jeddah.
Yeah.
Today we saw it on the port side. So that must mean you've got a different flight controller, because we couldn't see that twist grip on the starboard side, right?
No, we have it on both sides. So we try to fly the boat as we do on the 75.
So you did 40 minutes of sailing with the manual flight control. How did those 40 minutes go?
It went well. We improved quite a lot. So yeah, it made a while since we fly the boat manually last time. So we was really happy how the boat behaved and how we progressed during the day. It was a bit too short to start nailing maneuver.
Yeah, after just one stint, you had the techs on board working on your system, but no more sailing after that. Can you tell us what happened?
We had an issue with the boat, with the system, also with the connection, the Wi-Fi. So we tried to fix it on the water, but it wasn't possible.
Nice. And so what's the difference between the one design mainsail that you used, that the other guys used today? Sorry, that you used today, and the other guys had the LE mainsail?
I think the main difference is the shape. We try to work on to increase the range of the sail in the light and be able to have a nice and flat sail in the breeze. So it's mostly that. Try to increase the range of the sail.
And what can we expect to see over this coming week?
More sailing, more nice fight on the water. It's really weather dependent, so we'll see what's coming next day.
So will the boats be still split? One boat sailing a sail testing program and the other boat working on the flight control?
We'll see, the weather.
With Rob Wilson, sailing coach on Team INEOS Britannia, challenger of record for the 37th America's Cup. Rob, today an early morning session. Could you please summarize it for us?
Yeah, it was very early start. We left the dock at 7:45. It was still dark until about 8:10, but we were keen to get the drainage with the breeze. But and so we got out there, and when we got to the airport, we had about 6 to 10 knots, and then it was easing towards the end of the session, and then we had a little build right at the end when it went round to the northeast, but we'd actually run out of battery by then, so it was time to head home.
Today, most of the day, training match racing with the two boats. Could you please describe what those pre-starting exercises consisted of?
Yeah, it was super simple today. It was just full freestyle. So basically alternating port and starboard entries. And then, just let the guys get involved, do what they wanted to do.
Then looking forward to a Challenger series. This cup is going to be the second cup with these kind of boats. And probably we all expect the racing to be a lot tighter. Which are the specific things that you are looking to train on these AC40s, considering that you will be racing on the AC75?
That's an interesting question. I think with the 40, the manoeuvring, it's more like a go-kart. You can throw it around a lot more compared to the 75. I think we'll see the 75s getting thrown around a lot more. You know, in the pre-start, it's going to be a lot tighter, that's for sure. You know, I think where you really gain with the 40s, it's compared to the 75s, it's like, you know, there's so many similarities, I think, where, you know, it's good for the 40 training, it's good for the 75. You know, I guess the biggest issue is probably on the pre-starts and just how much you can throw it around. I think a lot of the tactical scenarios you get up the track are going to be pretty similar. But you know, the pre-start's probably the most difficult one to replicate.
Riley Gibbs, you were trimming on Patriot today. It looked like a better day out for the boat. Boat looked to be sailing well, and the crew work looked pretty good too. Is that how you saw it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, we kind of had a die northerly as we had some competitors out, and fortunately we were both out there pretty early to make the most of what it was today, and now we're back, you know, before noon and pretty light. So
we saw, I think on the recon boat, 10 to 12 was the maximum, 7 to 8 as the low end. Was that what you were looking for testing, for what you were trying to achieve today?
not really necessarily. I mean, you know, it's the winter here in Barcelona. You're gonna kind of get what you get and make the most of it. So yeah, we've been fortunate to have the last 2 days back to back where we can make improvements and kind of capitalize on a few things that we're definitely looking to build off of. So
the systems, we heard you were testing new systems on this boat, which will be used on the new boat. How far along the line are you as a team with that process now?
yeah, it's a constant refinement. I mean, yeah, we'll take some things from Patriot onto boat 3, which we've learned quite a bit about, but yeah, it's more about refinement. I'm sure everyone's going to be improving up until the last day of racing. So.
On the new AC75s, thinking in general now, or maybe specifically about your boat, are the crew roles set? We know there'll be 2 helmsmen, that seems pretty obvious, but beyond that, trimmers, flight controllers, will they be kind of hybrid roles?
Not really set just yet. I think uniquely what this team kind of offers up is the ability to get different perspectives and different roles, and you know, just feeding off of each other, because we've all got such great backgrounds and from where we come from in the past. And so if we see something and we're exposed to something, and maybe we might perceive it a little different than someone who's done it the day previous or the day earlier. So.